Kentucky has a rich culture experienced through attractions such as the Kentucky Derby, Mammoth Cave, and the Bourbon Trail. But if you look past the traditional tourism stereotypes, you might find a unique society that encapsulates another part of Kentucky's culture and history, Shaker Village.
It is underappreciated. I don't think it gets a whole lot of publicity, but it's the one place. If I get to choose one place to take a guest, it's where I take a guest.
The Shakers were a religious community that branched from the Quaker religion. Shaker is a common term referring to the United Society of Believers in Christ's second appearing. They were called this because of the whirling and ecstatic hand movements used during worship. Dancing was a key way that the Shakers expressed their spirituality.
I didn't know much of anything before. I thought they were more like the Amish.
In 1774, 9 dedicated Shakers left England on a ship named the Maria. Led by a woman named Mother Ann, the Shakers hoped they'd found a place void of religious persecution. Their popularity grew, and by 1778, they decided to create a village in Albany, New York. The Shakers traveled westward to Kentucky. Driven out by an angry mob, many of the Shakers moved across the Kentucky River and settled in Shaker Village of Pleasant Hill.
The Shaker Village here starts in 1805, and they only start with about 150 acres. 26 years, they expand to about 5,000 acres.
They were a celibate community, so they didn't marry and they didn't reproduce. And other than that, they were an agrarian society. Shakers were progressive for their time period. They wanted to build a utopian society here, and that's what they tried to accomplish.
The Shakers' demise began in the 1860s with the Civil War that ripped America in half. Due to their pacifist beliefs and anti-slavery stance, neither the Union nor the Confederacy accepted the Shakers. Ultimately, the Shakers' kind-hearted and giving attitudes led to the abandonment of Pleasant Hill. They provided local soldiers with food, water, and medical care, depleting their own critical resources. The Shakers of Pleasant Hill never recovered, and the last member passed away in 1923. In 1961, a nonprofit was founded to restore Shaker Village. They turned the office into a restaurant, the meeting house into a Baptist church, and a carpenter shop into a general store. Restoration began in 1966. In order to keep Shaker Village running, dining, overnight stays, craft fairs, and admission sales were planned. U.S. Highway 68 was rerouted to bypass the village in 1965, and the main road was restored to its original gravel appearance.
It's a unique place. The Shakers were unique people.
Today, Shaker Village is proudly Kentucky's largest historical landmark. You can explore on your own or be a part of the interactive experiences that allow you to immerse yourself into history.
It's pretty nice. It's very interesting. Just thinking back to all the stuff that they used to have to do that we don't have to do now.
We're looking at about a 200-year-old garden, all sustainably managed, no chemicals and very low mechanization.
A farm that used to be thousands of acres of vegetables, fruits, grains, and livestock in order to tend to the nearly 500 community members is now using traditional farming strategies in order to provide seed-to-table freshness at the Shaker Village restaurant. The trustee's office of the village was transformed into a one-of-a-kind restaurant called the Trustee's Table. Enjoy either traditional favorites or seasonal Kentucky specials made from organic ingredients from the farm. The Shaker's specialty, lemon pie, remains popular among guests today. You can explore the preserve's 3,000 acres of streams and forests on your own time. This land conserves the native prairies, woodlands, watersheds, fields, and diverse wildlife that originally appealed to the Shakers' founders. You can hike trails, go birdwatching, hunt for wildflowers, or play in the prairies. The Historic Center. Shaker Village is home to the country's oldest collection of 19th century buildings. The houses are filled with artifacts that tell the story of the Shakers' way of life. Handcrafted furniture and antique items line the walls and rooms of the communal-style homes. The inn is much more than a traditional hotel. It offers individually unique guest rooms, suites, and private cottages located in 13 restored Shaker buildings. The rooms are decorated with reproduced Shaker furniture, original hardwood floors, and feature great countryside views. Shaker Landing provides public access to the river, where you may explore the Kentucky River on the 115-passenger Dixie Belle riverboat, by kayak, or on foot along the banks of an old roadbed built by the Shakers in 1826. Pleasant Hill has 3 unique shops where you can purchase several different one-of-a-kind souvenirs made on site. You can find handmade brooms, soaps, lotions, jams, and many other Shaker reproductions. Most of Kentucky's culture can be experienced through the Kentucky Derby, Mammoth Cave, and the Bourbon Trail, but there is so much more to discover. Shaker Village is home to many great attractions and events. This underappreciated historical location has cultural value that enriches the great state of Kentucky. So next time you visit the Bluegrass State, don't forget to visit the hidden gem, Shaker Village.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and I think it's a real jewel for Kentucky.